Good morning students, and once again welcome in our online Python classes. We have already completed the first chapter of class 12, that is functions in Python, and we have already solved sample papers on functions also. So today we are going to start a very important chapter, another very important chapter of class 12 Python, that is file handling in Python. We'll discuss what is file handling in Python in brief first, then we'll discuss the procedure of creating a file, and also we'll discuss different types of file mode. Then with the help of a simple program, we'll discuss how to create a file, how to write in a file, and how to read data from the file. So I hope this class will be helpful to you. Thank you very much. Good morning students. Today in our Python class, we'll be discussing about a very important concept of class 12 syllabus of computer science, which is file handling in Python. We have already completed the first chapter of class 12 syllabus, that is user defined function, and all those classes are available in the videos in this channel. And we have already discussed different types of user defined function. How to create them we have explained with the help of programs, and we have already solved sample papers on functions as well. So today we are starting a new chapter, that is file handling in Python. This is also a very important concept of Python. In this video, in a very simplified way, we'll be learning how to create a file in Python and how we can do something with the file. That means we can write something in the file, we can read data from the file, we can modify the file. So this video is going to tell you in a very simplified way how you can deal with file in Python. So let's start. Yes. So what is file? A file is a collection of bytes. We know what is a file. If we store some information, it is called a file. That means it's a collection of bytes basically, or stream of byte. It is stored in the disk or any permanent storage. Files are created for permanent storage of data. And the second point, data can be stored in file which can be shared by multiple Python program. We know in a particular Python program we can take input. Those information can be used in that particular program only. But what if we want to access a same information in another program? That means if we want to share the same input in more than one program, then we can store the input in a file and which can be shared by multiple programs. So that's what we'll be learning here. File handling in Python enables us to create, update, read, write and delete the file stored in a file system through our Python program. All of us know how to create a file. Normally we create several files, we put them inside folder, all of us know how to do that. Now we are going to do the same thing with the help of Python program, and it's very easy to understand. So what we are going to learn basically, how to create a file, creating a file, writing to the file. After creation of the file, we will definitely write something in the file, how to read from the file, and also how to modify an existing file. We may need to modify a file as well. So these are the things that we do normally. We'll do the same thing with the help of our Python program. Types of files. There are several types of file which can be categorized here in broadly two categories. One is text file. What is text file? Contents of a text file can be viewed using a text editor. A text file is a sequence of ASCII or Unicode character. That means in which file we use .txt, .csv like this, which can be viewed as using text editor. Those are called text file. we'll start with text file only. What is binary file? We cannot read the binary file using a text editor, as it stores the data in the same way as it is stored in memory. That means it doesn't convert the data. Examples are music file, image file, exe file, like this. So we will be dealing with two different types of file in this chapter. One is text file, another one is binary file. We'll give focus on text file, and we'll start with text file also, then it will be easy to understand. Okay, let's go to the next slide here. Okay, so what we are going to do, creating a file using Python program. Through a very simple Python program, a file can be created. Where the file will be created? By default in the default Python folder in your program, in your computer basically. That means in your computer where the Python editor is stored, by default there your file will be stored. However, if you wish, with the help of slight change in your program, you can store it any other location as well. The steps of creating a file or using a file in your program are, in a simplified way, the steps are: create or open a file. What is the meaning of create or open a file? You may need to create a new file, or you may need to open an existing file. That's why it has been given create/open a file. After opening file, what to do? Either you will write in the file or you will read from the file. So write to or read from the file, or you may need to modify the file. So these are the three things that we'll do after opening a file. Then after your job is done, what you will do? You will close the file. These are necessary steps, as it releases important resources like memory and all. Next, we are going to the next slide. How to create a file. The step is here. First, we are writing file object dot open. Open is a function. File name dot txt. Then file access mode. Then buffering. Buffering option we are not discussing here, because we are trying to make it very simple and easy to understand. Once we are familiar with all these programming techniques, then buffering will be discussed. So first we need to give file object. What is file object? Any identifier. That means X, Y, Z, any variable name. We know what identifier is. So any identifier we can use. Next, open is a library function. So open we need to write as it is. Then within round bracket, first you need to give in quote file name dot txt. What is the name of the file? If you are creating a new file, you may give name of your choice. If you are opening and want to open an existing file, you have to give the name of the particular file. Comma, file access mode. Now what is that? What for you are opening the file? To write. If you want to write something in the file, you have to give file write mode. If you want to read from the file, you have to give read mode. If you want to do both, you have to give particular file mode for both. If you want to append in the file, that means already some data are there, you want to add something, then you have to give the particular file mode for that. So file mode is very important, that you have to give. Next is one example also here has been given. See, X equals to open. We have chosen the name lockdown because now lockdown is going on. So just this came to my mind. So X equals to open lockdown.txt, W in quote. W means you are opening the file for writing into it. This is the file mode. So X is a variable, you can give any name. Open is the function. Lockdown.txt is the name of the file that you want to create the file with the name. And W is the mode, write mode. You want to write something in the file, that's why you are using this mode. what it will do, it will create a file with the same name lockdown.txt, where it will create in the default folder of Python in your system. And if already there is any file with the name lockdown.txt, what it will do, it will open that particular file, but all the old content will be erased from it. Now, however, if you want to keep the old content, then you have to use some other file mode. So all this file mode will be discussed here. So this is basically the procedure. X equals to open lockdown.txt w. Okay, we are going to the next slide. Different file modes are there. R, everything you have to give in quote. R is to open a file for reading. If you use R mode, your file will be opened for reading, and as you are opening it for reading, so definitely its old content will be there. It will not be deleted, because if it is deleted, you will read. Second one is W. It will open a file for writing only. It overwrites the file if the file exists. That means if there is a file with the same name, it will open that file and its old contents are removed. If the file does not exist, it will create a new file for writing. R plus, it will open for reading and writing, but if there is no file with the same name, it will not create a new. W plus, again for writing and reading, but it will create a new file if there is no such file with the same name. A, it's for appending. That means if you want to keep the old data and if you want to add something in the file, you will use file mode A. T, open in text mode. B, open in binary mode. So these are the different file modes that mostly we are going to use. This is a very important portion, and you may expect theory question as well from this particular topic, that is different types of file mode. So, okay, next is different types of file mode. Okay. So we are using a very simple program to create a file. Okay. First, just see what is happening. Okay. Output, we have given any identifier name here. Output equals to open lockdown.txt w. What it will do? Output is any name, you can give any name. Open is the function. We have given the name lockdown.txt w. What it will do? It will create a file with the name lockdown.txt in your default Python folder. Then what we are doing, and as we are using W means we are creating the file for writing purpose. If there is already a file, old file with the name lockdown.txt, it will open that old file, but its all previous content will be erased. Next we are doing output.write, and we are writing hello everyone. That means after opening the file, after creating the file, it will write hello everyone inside the file. Next we are doing output.close. It will disconnect the file from your program. After writing the first 3 lines, if we run the program, what will happen? After writing the first 3 lines, if we run the program, what will happen? It will create a file with the name lockdown.txt, where it will create in your default Python folder where all your Python programs are stored. So as you can see, after I run the program, it has created a file text file. The name of the file is lockdown.txt. It got created. If we open the file, what will happen? Yes, we are opening the file, and as you can see, it is written there, hello everyone. That means whatever we have written in our program, it will write the same thing inside the file. That means we have created a text file successfully with the help of our Python program. Again, we are going back to the code. Okay. So first 3 line, after running it, it will create. Next, what we are doing, if we want to access a file for reading information in our program, what we will do? We have taken another variable. The variable name we have taken input. As input is a function, that's why we have made the N capital here. Okay. So what we are doing, input equals to open. Again, we are opening that particular file. Now this time we are opening file in R mode, reading mode. What happens in reading mode? The file will be opened, but the previous content will be intact. And the file pointer will point at the beginning of the file. After that, what we are doing, x equals to, x is another variable that we have taken. X equals to input.read. Read is a function that reads the content of a file. That means x equals to input.read means in x you store all the content of the file which is now connected through input. Now input is connected to lockdown.txt. So whatever has been written inside lockdown.txt will be first read and then will be stored in X. Okay, so read function read the entire content of the file and stores in X. Then what we are doing? We are doing print X. That means whatever content is there in the file, we are printing it through our default console output. So here X is getting printed. What it is printing? Hello everyone. So this is how we can create a very simple program in Python to create a file and write something inside it and again read something from the file. So again, let's see the step. First, we are opening the file. Then with the help of write function, we are writing something there and we are doing close. Then again, we are opening the file for reading mode and we are reading the content of the file, storing inside a variable X, and we are printing X from our program. And then we are doing input.close. Okay. So this is how we can, with the help of a very simple program, a file can be created. Where it is created, that also we have seen. In the default folder where all Python programs are stored, a text file will be created there. Okay, so I hope this is useful, you have understood, and after doing this, one assignment is also there for you. Please do this because always I tell this in class, and you also know that there is only way of learning a programming language is by doing program. So this is the assignment for you. Write a program in Python to create a text file with the name first.txt and write your name in it with the help of write function. And again you will open the file in your program, read the content of the file and print it. Okay. So please do this program. If you face any problem, please let me know and post your answer in our Google Classroom. And I hope this class is useful for you, helpful for you. Thank you very much. Wait for the next class.